Hello, welcome to Microsoft Excel at a glance. The essence of this video is to familiarize you with Excel environment by simply introduce you to various features of Microsoft Excel, such as the title bar, the menu bar, the ribbons, the formula bar, the cell itself, the sheets, and the workbook. Remember, spreadsheet application developed by Microsoft to handle calculations, graphics, and charts is called Microsoft Excel. This is very useful to carry out various analysis on any form of data, although there are different versions of Microsoft Excel in public domain, but I will stick with Excel 2013 version throughout my discussion in this video. Good. So here we'll start from title bar. The essence of title bar is having saved your words with a name, so it's for description and easy for you to remember the exact file. So what normally happens is that whenever you save, the book 2 you see here will automatically change to the new name you are giving to your work. So this is menu bar. We all know what menu bar is all about. If you are familiar with that, this will have home. Menu bar houses different tools or features that we can use, in ensure that we get our job done in Microsoft Excel. So menu bar such as this developer, power query, power pivot were not there by default. It was actually activate by me for advanced work. Basically, we do have file, home, insert, page layout, formula, data, review, view as a default menu, and there are sub menu also. So here in this particular video, as I'm introducing you to each menu, so as well I will be explaining what involves in and what the kind of features or sub menu they are housing. So you're going to have a swell time with this video because I'm going to introduce you to basic the tricks and not sort of what you don't really understand. Okay, let me take a look at, let's start at file. Okay, good. Here this menu has tools to curate. When you want to curate new, you open a 16 file, you want to save your file, you want to replace maybe you change the name or save it as something else. You never really maybe, okay, for instance, I already have a new file. I want to open an existing. This takes us to where we can open an existing ones. So you want to save. This way will take us to where we're going to save it. So save as is we want to replace, and so many. We want to print as well. Sometimes we love to share. So share will invite people by email and send by instant message. So as well we can export. So here we can close, know much about our account, and give us room to invoke, just like I told you something like power query, power pivot, yes, and developer. So it's through this particular place that you invoke. We have general features, formulas, proofing, and so many. These are many features that you can activate to ease, what you are doing there with Microsoft Excel particularly to accomplish your task. So finally, it's really loaded, so it depends on the particular one we want to use. And during the course of this video, we'll be taking you through so many of the features, the needed one we have to invoke, and all those ones that were already there. So we'll be taking you through so that you can get idea of what I'm really talking about. Good. So that's all about file menu. This whole menu is always a menu by default, whereby whenever you launch, you always have your menu. So here we have some menus such as clipboard. This clipboard here, you can see this group, yes, it allows you to copy, as you can see, cut, format paint, so alignment, sorry, to copy and paste. So many into this as well. So here we have font group. The essence of this is to change font size. When you have font name, the size. So whether you want to bold, italics, underline, so and so many of these. So that's what you can do under this font. So we have an alignment that help us to align maybe to the top center and kind of as its names imply, and sometimes we want to wrap text and kind of match center. So there's another one again we call a number group here. That's where it gives us to define the kind of number we really wants to the kind of values we want. Here we have a general terms we may declare to be number, currency, account, kind of how number you really want to twist to your number too, so you can easily do that there. So and here we have a style here. This gives us room for for some data, make data stand out and visual appealing. For instance, when you're doing conditional formatting, taking you through all these at the end of the formatting table, the cell style, and that sort of thing. So we'll be taking you through. So now we have cell as well. So that we want to insert, delete, and format. So these are cells. Quickly know that the intersection of rows and column will give us a cell, and this kind of cell here, the name of this cell is A1. So this particular place is for name box. So we have editing as well. This section considered very powerful as it play host to auto sum, fill, clear, sort and filter, find and select. So many good things about Microsoft Excel. So I remember I told you this is a name box. So whichever cell you selected, so it gives you the address name, the name of that one. So yeah, then we talk about that is all about before I even move to name, but that's all about home menu. Then likewise we have insert menu. This is where we have table. You want to involve pivot table. Even I have a good book, a whole book on pivot table that you can even get to get. So that's now for the topic for the day. You want to insert table, you get it from here. So we have illustration groups under insert, where you can insert picture from online, from your system, video shapes. You can insert any of them. We have smart art, screenshot. You can for app from office, so chart as well. We have recommended chart, we have line chart, all sort of chart can be inserted, using that particular group. So here we have power view, then spark line. So this is a mini chart within the cell. So kind of filter where we have a slicer and timeline. These are very handy in filtering our data, particularly when we have huge volume of data and we really want to extract part of it for us to get what we really want. Hyperlinks, as we all know, we may sometimes want to link a particular cell so that to be able to open something else somewhere. So this is hyperlink you can get here. And then this is text box if you want to insert it. Then you have footer and header, how that one looks. So something that will appear at the utmost part of our document and below, so that appear in all our documents. So that you have equations, symbols, and so many other things you can easily get under insert menu. So that is that about insert menu. During the course of it, like I earlier said, you understand more of these fixtures. So as well, we'll have another one which is page layout. So this will have a theme. Each theme has a unique color, font, and effect that gives you your document an instant style. So we have page setup. That's where we have the set our margin, orientation, either portrait or landscape, the size of our paper, so the print area, sometimes what we want to generate. Remember, so this sheet is made up of over 1,048,000 rows, so you can print that on a single sheet. It will not clear, you may not see anything. So the essence of this print area is for us to be able to print a selected area where we worked on So break pages sometimes is here. So the background we want to put an image, maybe the logo to customize our work as well can be found here. So we have a print title, so the size of, so here we can scale to fit. Sometimes we want to scale to fit to a single page and want our document to shrink it. So this is where we can easily do that. So the grid line as well, so we want this to appear. So you know what grid line is all about. This kind of lines here, you don't want it to appear in your print, or you want it to appear on the view. For instance, if I click on this, you can see it's no longer there. So if you click on it, so likewise if you want it to appear on your print as well, if you don't want it, so you can. So sometimes we have 2 or 3 objects on the sheet, and so I really want to bring some forward, backward, and kind of the arrangement and the alignment, so can be done here as well. So that's that. So we move to the next menu, which is formula. Oh, this is one of the best, because it play host to most of Microsoft Excel built-in formula, ranging from finance, logical to lookup and reference. It enables audits to be performed on formula in use as well. So we have function libraries here. So we have auto sum, recently we have finance, like I said earlier, logic, test, value, date, lookup references, matrix, and more functions. So here we have name manager, where we can define new name, create a name for selection, kind of. So it's really give our work more, very interesting to handle. So when you have a name reference, it's a kind of, so here you see the name. I told you this particular cell we select here is B2, so I can try to give it a new name. So if I give it a new name, I can try to type the name here and say okay, Miami, for instance, press enter. So this cell B2 now is now become Miami. So here it gives me a room for me to be able to manage that particular name. So I may decide to delete it. So kind of, so that is that about that. So sometimes instead of doing that, you can as well define a name here. Just give it a name. What type of, where do you want to give it? You're referring to that particular listing, so you get that. So that is what that word does about defining of a name. So we call about formula audit. We use this to trace our formulas, so the dependent and independent power of the formulas. So that we talk about calculation as well, say calculation options and so many other things. So another one again is data menu. So here is very handy. That's where we work with external data. So we may sometimes later want to import data from external sources, so to do most of our calculation or most of our analysis. Sometimes we try to import from Microsoft Excel, from web page, from tests, from other sources such as MySQL server, SQL server, then analysis service, Windows Stream Marketing, and so many others. So so here we talk about the certain ones. So sometimes we have some established connection, so we really want to refresh some data from there. So we can refresh all or something here as well. So connection rather. So we have a connection already from you've already connected to a web source. So and anytime there's a new update there, so you must refresh to have the effect, to see the effect on your Excel sheet. So that is why we have this one. We will have sort and filter. So you know what sort and filter is all about. So it helps us, enable us to filter our record and come back with useful part of it. So and then sort, it allows us to do our record in the, maybe arranging things like ascending or descending order. So we'll have advanced filter. All this will be taking you through those courses and so many other things. So we'll have text to column. So when we have a full name on the single sheet, so you want to separate some name from the last name from the first name. So with help of text to column, can easily do that. You can remove duplicate when you have a lot of repetitive this thing. And so data validation. So it's another thing that we'll talk about here. So we have what if analysis. That is where we do some scenario manager, go say dig and data table. So it really helps when we are doing the advanced analysis. So then talk about group on group and something. These are outlines as well under this data, man. So we talk about review as its name implies. It helps us to cross check most of our what we've done. Sometimes we may have some spelling error. We want to search for another word, meaning of another word, translate, or add comment as well. Want to delete comment. These are gray because we don't have comment any here yet. So assuming you have a comment now, okay, let me add comment here. You can see it's interesting. Good. So you can see this red, it shows that there's a comment. You can see there's no longer gray area, and it's like to move it previous back to the next, or maybe I remove it as well. So you can see, so you show the links and so many other things. We want to protect our worksheet, from unnecessary, alteration. So protect the workbook. We want to share it, and so many other we'll be doing under view. So we talk about view menu as well, whereby it simply shows as its name implies, how you can view your worksheet. How do you want it to look? Maybe in a normal form as it were, or in a page break preview. So kind of, let me do that so that you can see. So you go back to the normal itself, page layout, custom view. You remember we've already seen something of this. You want to show the grid line, or you don't want to show it again. So the zoom, you want to increase it more than 100% so that you should be able to see it, and so many. So let's talk about the window itself, how to split it, how to hide, and to freeze panes as well. All these are under view menu. So what we really mean by freeze pane is that you want to tie down the heading so that when you are scrolling a record that is not even can be fit into a particular page. So you not have to be looking up and down for you to be able to get what is the title of this particular column. So with the help of freeze pane, you can easily freeze it. It could be this good. So that's that. So view side by side and so many. So macro as well. That is an automatic for tax. How to automate tax in the so that you look back to you to get one or two things. So basically those are the menu by default. So I told you I have developer. I was the one that invoke all this one, Power Query and Power Pivot. So when the time comes when there's a need for that one, I will tell you. But how did I even get to that one? So through those ones. So I will be showing you what those ones entail. So but for the essence of this one is just to familiarize excuse me with that, so understand what menu. So like I told you, this is name box. It shows the name of particular cell being highlighted, or a group of cells rather. So then this is formula bar. This indicates whatever you are having in the cell will be here. You can see. So this will be showing you, this is B3, what does it have? Is this. So that is what formula bar, and if you want to add one or two things. So in essence, so this is cell itself. Like I told you, it's an intersection of row and column. So the combination of worksheet, this is a sheet, sheet one, so it comprises a lot of cells. So the thing goes into that order. So cell, the combination of cell make a sheet, and the combination of a sheet make a workbook. So that is all about at a glance. So here you can see, so you can add more sheets. You can make so that it becomes workbook. Are you getting my point? So clicking on this one will allow you to add new sheet. So this is a sheet, so here you can scroll as well to see that part of it. You can scroll up here to get what you have there. So this status bar, so that's showing us already. And this is the status bar, the green bar at the bottom. That's where you can as well zoom. You can zoom it, you can increase the size, so you can take it back to normal. so many. So that is that about introducing you to the environment. Before I ended up this, so let me quickly tell you, we use this one to minimize, maximize, restore, and close that as well. So here we have how you can save, all this undo, so many of these quick features, and so many other things. So that is that about the Microsoft environment at a glance. I believe I'm able to introduce you to yes, the environment. So now you are familiar with the environment. I think the subsequent things we'll start doing now is to introduce you, or is to go to the work in details. That is that all about this video. Yes, you can pick up any of my book on Amazon, Pivotable Recipe or Productivity Boosting Aspect of Microsoft Excel. You can as well contact me using my email address musa@85metric.com, or follow me on Twitter at motamayomi, or as well like our Facebook page for www.facebook.com/85metrics. We are also live with our company handle on Twitter at 85metrics. Thank you.